So today we're going to be working on a Husqvarna 329L straight shaft string trimmer. It's got a recoil problem. We're going to see what we can do about that. So if you're interested, stay tuned. We'll get right into it. Guys, so this is what it is. The recoil rope is stuck. It will not go back in. We're going to take these 7 screws out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to pull this cover off and see what's going on. Good morning, everybody. So today video is going to be on a Husqvarna 329L straight shaft string trimmer. It was in the driveway this morning when I woke up. Got a little text message from the customer. It says the pull rope, as you can see, needs fixing. So we're going to pull this cover off and see what's going on with it. I think he thinks that nothing's broken here, and let's hope not, but usually this is a starter pawl problem. But we're going to pull it off together and take a look. There's one more screw right here on this muffler side, right there. And this thing should just come right off. Now I don't want to lose my screws, so I'm going to dump them out right here. Make sure we got them all. Alright, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Here's what it's doing. You don't want to go back in. The starter paws right here, they're springing back good. So that's not it. Now if you look right in here, you can see this rope. I don't know if you can tell. Look right in there. You see this rope? See where it is? It's done come out of here and it's got wrapped underneath the spring assist spring right here. So I'm gonna have to take this off right here and we'll look at it a little closer. I'm gonna have to move you though so you can see it a little better. So first thing we want to do is take this screw loose. And here, it's also a T25 Torx. Alright, there you go. Now we're going to carefully lift this piece off here, this outer piece. And you're looking for, too, a lot of times these ears can be worn and they're not grabbing the starter pawl on the inside. In this case, that's not it. This is your recoil assist spring, and it just comes straight up. I say it will. You want to be careful you don't pop that bottom spring out though while you're doing this. If somebody's got this all, I don't see how that got that way by itself. But it's possible. Let me mess with this a little bit and I'll come back just to save video time. Alright guys, so we went ahead and just pulled this out very carefully. And you can see I couldn't get this top recoil off, spring assist off, because I don't know if y'all can see that. But that rope has got tangled up inside on top side here. So I was very careful and I was able to pull this out and keep the bottom recoil spring in. And be very careful if this pops out, you're going to spend your morning rewinding this spring. And they're not any fun. But now our challenge is to get this rope, get this off and get this rope out from under here. So it looks like somebody tried to put this back on and you can see how it got bound up under there, and then somehow. So I'm going to untangle all this mess, and I'm going to show you how to put it back together the right way. All right, guys. So we got this off. Like I said, spring on the bottom. Now this starter rope's got to come out, so we're just going to pull it this way. And I'm going to use the knot that was in this way so I don't have to cut any of the rope off and just go back through right here with this piece. So what you're trying to do is you want to put this back through here. And I may have to burn it with my cigarette lighter here if I can't get it. Sometimes you got to play with it. I tell you what, let me get my cigarette lighter. I'm going to go inside and get my rest of my tools, and we'll finish this up. So once you get that, then you want to wind this rope back around counterclockwise.
Banking isn't just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. And First was founded from
just like so.
like you.
Right? And leave you enough slack to come up through this little slot right here.
Services that grow and change with the times to serve you even better. Now, every bank has their own
All right.
staff, but that's just it.
Then this just sits back down in here, and you just gently lay it in.
Made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks,
And you'll just kind of turn it till it'll seat itself. You'll see it going down.
personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts,
And you notice how that turns. All right.
it will make you feel like the number one priority you are. And
We're taking some little grease, like I said, just a light little bit. You don't really need much, and just put it around there. Just so stuff rides smooth. Then you take your starter assist spring, and there's two sides to it. One side's got a hook, and one sticks straight up, and it goes just like this, straight down. And you'll see there's a little hole. There's where your knot is for your rope, right there. And then there's a little groove right in there, and that's how you put that hook in there. So you just take your thing, your spring, and it's like T-Bone says, your thingamadoogie, whatever you want to call it, and you just have to seat it in place. We'll get that. Now, once you get this piece back on, you'll see your ropes right there. You want to go ahead and put this back on, and it goes with the this side goes down, and you see there's a little hole right here, and that's what you put the starter assist spring over. You'll know when you get it lined up, it'll fit just one way. So we got that on there, and now we'll go to the next step. Get a better view of that. But anyway, you can see where that piece is coming up through here. We got our rope back in like it should be. Now what you want to do is turn this counterclockwise a couple of turns to get some tension on it. And you want to hold your rope. You got to hold your rope while you're doing it. So I can't really show you from where I'm at, but I'm going to spin this a couple of times. And I'll get right back to you when I'm done with that. So everything's back in place. Now we're going to put our screw back in. Some of these have a washer that goes with it. This has just got a flatter screw, so you don't need the washer. Sorry I'm having to split this up in so many pieces. It's just, these things can be aggravating. And keep in mind, this is not real time. Anyway, so now we want to get this thing around a couple of times and try to thread it back through the hole so it comes out here. So just 2 times around should be plenty. And if you're confused about what 2 times around is, you can put you a little mark right here and just count it as it goes by. You know, You don't want to go more than 2, but you want to get as close as you can so you can hit the hole. So we'll just put us a little mark there. All right, notice where it's at, and we'll go. 1, 2.5. All right, so now the trick is you got to hold this in place while you thread this through there. Again, the hemostats could come in handy for you, or if you get lucky, you can just get it with your hand. All right. Now we got it. Now you want to put something on here to hold this while you thread your cord back through. Anything you got to clamp. Once again, I just use the hemostats. Lock them down like that, and it's nice and good. All right, so we're going to tie this on here, and I'll get back. So we got our little knot tied in here. Boom. You can take your hemostats off now. Let this come back. Now we're good. Now the reason we put the 2 turns on here before we, when we put the rope through, before we put the rope through the hole, was to, because it's got that spring assist, so you want to put a little pressure on it already. So now we're good to go. And this rope is about as long as it needs to be. Alright guys, so hang loose, we'll get it back on the machine and see if it works. Alright guys, so we're back here, and we're just going to put this cover back on. Now the only other thing is when you're lining this cover up, you might want to pull on the rope just a little bit to line the starter paws up with the dog ears in here. So, see what I mean, how it wants to be cockeyed right there? So you just pull on this and it'll line itself up, and you'll know when it does. There we go. Now we're just going to put the screws back in the same way we took them out. So what I did notice too when I was taking this apart, somebody had been in here and taken this cover off. Okay, there's 3 screws that look like this. These are machine bolts because they're screwing into the crank, into the block. So they go around here, 1, 2, 3. And these black screws, they got threads on them for plastic because it's just holding the plastics together. So kind of make sure you get those right, because you can strip these out and then you're going to be in trouble. Just a quick note. So we got it all back on. Now we're going to see if it works. Now he didn't say anything about it starting and running. He just wanted me to fix the recoil. But it looks like it's new, so we're going to see what happens. I'm going to show you how you should correctly start this as well. So we're going to pull up the choke, prime it a couple of times. And you just barely have to pull this thing. Pull it up till it stops right there, and then go. Alright, so it hit a lick. Do that again. Alright guys, so you can see it needs a little tuning, it sounds like, but he just wanted the recoil starter fixed. I'll let him know. I could probably tune that carburetor a little bit, but not going to mess with that unless he asks for it. So if you like this video, please hit that like button, hit the bell so you'll see the next video, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so at this time. It would be muchly appreciated. That's it for Monday, October the 11th. Jungle Bob out.